Okay, we're back, and you can see here, if you shine it in the light, you can see pretty good gloss on both the plain side that we just used the Resin on, and then a little bit of a lot of gloss here still on the one where we used the beeswax and the Resin. The difference is that you have a little bit more waterproofing with the beeswax. If you're doing indoor goods, just use the Resin Atom Wax mix. If you happen to use something outdoors, use the beeswax and the Resin. So you're kind of covering your butt both ways. Now on the back here, you can see a little bit of a shine happening. I'm going to hit it up with 600 again, just to see if we can get this completely smoothed down. It's pretty smooth. This is right here is the problem child. You can see we're dulling the finish a little bit, but we'll bring that back with the final coat of Resin. And like I said, this is a really good technique to use when you're doing a chrome tan, because that edge is just furry and nasty, and it won't heal with the normal edge coats. If you use an acrylic edge coat or paint, it's just going to turn hard and crunchy and have little bits that will gouge and tear on you. If you use beeswax, it'll just turn off nasty. If you just try to put one layer of edge coat without burnishing, just dye and use the Resin stuff, it's just going to turn out ugly. You really do have to put in a little bit of sweat equity. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's definitely not going to tear bits and pieces off of you. We'll get Kobe to give his humble opinion when I'm done here. You can see this area is actually almost retaining its shine, where this has gone really great. I'm gonna really work on this area here. Oh, that's coming along. Most of this is just elbow grease. This is one of the reasons I use a power setup. I'm very fond of using a Sandvik sanding drum, because you can put any, oh, there's one of the reasons. You got yucky sandpaper. I use power with, I like the Sandvik sanding drums because you can use any kind of sandpaper on them. You know, you can't find drums that have 600 on them for the most part, unless you want to pay high-end jewelers prices, which I'm not willing to do. And it just goes easier. I have the tendency towards tendonitis, which is not really a lot of fun. So I tend to use power just because. You can use a drill with a Sandvik drill drum on it. You can use a motor with a Sandvik drum on it. You can set up a bushing of some sort with a half-inch rod, and then attach your drums to that, or mill something. It depends on your skill level and what you have. Being an old orthotics and prosthetics person, I got lucky and found a Troutman carver, which is essentially a long shaft drill press, except there's no press part of it. You can't make it go up and down, and it runs horizontally, and I find that I can really do the work with that. Okay, I'm going to coat that one more time after a little bit more work here with the acrylic. And I know it's taking a lot of acrylic, but this was really, truly a horrible piece. If this was wood, I'd say, oh, maybe it's a little piece of maple with some burl in it. but it's not, and it's just a terrible piece of leather. But we'll get it smooth. And one more deal with the acrylic on it, and we should be at the final stages. And if you wanted this to be more waterproof, you would of course use the beeswax. I'm going to skip that part, just because. And we'll be back for this thing's final moments when that dries. Sorry, get my elbow in the way.